Hello, and welcome to the second episode of BACKLIGHT Boston. My name is Russell. Today we're featuring an interview with Annie Kloppenberg. But first, the news from the Boston dance scene. Storytime by Bill T. Jones, Arnie Zane Dance Company. February 21st through 23rd, ICA Boston. Untamed Behaviors, an evening of original dance pieces in ballet variations. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, February 21st through March 2nd. Undivided, presented by Joe May Dance Company. Saturday, February 22nd at the Boston University Dance Theater. Language Lessons, February 22nd through 23rd at the Boston Conservatory. Post Restant, featuring They Gotta Be Secret Agents, presented by the Charlestown Working Theater, February 20th through 23rd. Jennifer Ringer of the New York City Ballet discusses her new book, Dancing Through It, My Journey in the Ballet, February 26th at the Jose Mateo Ballet Theater. Kate Weir Company presents the Boston premiere of Garden and excerpts from Dark Clark, February 28th and March 1st at the ICA. I Am Here Now by Zoe Dance, running February 28th and March 2nd, 21st, and 23rd at the Dance Complex. Conversation with Alvin Ailey's Judith Jamison, March 5th at Lesley University. The Israel Folk Dance Festival of Boston, featuring new and traditional music and dance from over 20 performing groups, March 9th at MIT. Camille A. Brown and Dancers, March 14th through 15th at the ICA. And finally, Boston Youth Moves will present their 2014 company concert, March 14th through 15th at the Boston University Dance Theater. I'd like to introduce Annie Kloppenberg, on the board of directors of Green Street Studios, co-founder of Moving Target, and a professor of dance. Annie, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, glad to be here.
So you've had a very successful season for 2013 with Moving Target, and you've just announced your 2014, what you're going to be doing this year.
Yes, I put it on the web yesterday. So
very exciting.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to go back in time a little bit and just talk a little bit more about Moving Target and
Sure.
how you guys came up with that.
Sure, so my co-founder is Lauren Simpson, who teaches at Cambridge Ringe in Latin and also has taught various courses at Harvard. And she and I knew each other from, I guess it was a workshop maybe like 6 years ago or something. And then when she moved to Boston, we reconnected and we were sort of talking about what her impression of this community was and what felt like gaps. And one of the things that came up was this kind of class. And so we decided to start a class that addressed the kind of sort of aesthetic principles and physical principles that we felt like were kind of underrepresented in this community in terms of training practices.
So looking back over the past year, has there been any interesting dance that you guys have brought in, or people that you've had come in?
Yeah, we've had, I wish I knew the statistics of how many different teachers we've had teaching, but we started calling it from teachers from Boston and beyond. And so we've had a handful of local teachers, and then we've also had we've tried to grab people as they're passing through town. And so, for example, next week, Rashawn Mitchell is performing at the ICA Boston, and so we have one of his collaborators, Silas Rainier, teaching for us at Moving Target. When Galeem Dance Company comes to ICA a couple weeks later, they're going to be doing a class, and then we have a Bill T. Jones Company member doing a class during their season at the ICA, so we're sort of trying to hook into the major companies that are coming through town, in particular at the ICA. And then we've started kind of extending out to a group of artists that are now based out in Western Mass, a bunch of faculty at the 5 colleges that they've become. So we have Angie Hauser and Paul Madison coming in, and then also from that area, Jen Pollins and Jennifer Nugent. So that we have our little circle in Boston, and we have the sort of larger Massachusetts, New England connection, and then out-of-town artists that are coming through.
So what are some things, moving forward into 2014 that you're looking forward to?
I am looking forward to every week. We have the only teacher that we have coming twice this season is Jenna Regal from the Bill T. Jones company, but I I know all of the teachers from, to varying degrees that are coming through this season, and they're all extraordinary, so I'm really excited about that. But what we're doing for the first time is a moving target in concert. And so on the 22nd of March, we'll have a performance that features some of our teachers. We'll have an open repertory that anybody can sign up for. At least one of those that I'm making, and there may be another. We're not sure yet. And then we'll invite submissions from people who are sort of from the community of class takers at Moving Target to submit their own work and sort of discuss why it's kind of linked into the ethos of the series or to the aesthetic that we address and that kind of thing. So we're sort of, the series was founded as a kind of like training practice, place for practice and for training, but this is an opportunity to sort of take those principles into performance. So I'm looking forward to that concert.
So it sounds like you're trying to get the community involved, and
so
if the community wanted to reach out to you or to Moving Target, how would they go about doing that?
So we have a website, which is movingtargetboston.wordpress.com, I think, something like that. But you can just Google Moving Target Boston. And then my email's on there. But I mean, that's a way to contact us. But I've been inviting people also to come watch class if, people who are maybe not sure if they want to participate in class. And so that's certainly always an option. But then the way that the class series happens is people can just drop in for one class or they can come every week. And so we have a growing mailing list. Anybody who comes from to a class gives us their email. And I'm pretty careful about not inundating the emails because I cannot manage my own email. I find that very stressful. So I send one email a week about who the teacher is, but try and keep people kind of in the loop about what's going on.
Well, I'm sure Ollie and all of our Backlight viewers will be definitely interested to see your performance on the 22nd of March. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to reach us, you can reach us on Twitter at BacklightBoston. You can also email us at info@luminariumdance.org. Thank you so much. We'll see you next month.